We did it! Welcome to the PennyLysPodcast. Did you enjoy the numbers?
I didn't know where we were going. We got to 5 and then we were at 2. You're really bad at counting people in.
Yeah, so I was trying to say with my fingers, you know how you count down? But I was counting up, and then I was like, I went to the second hand, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on now. Why am I going to a second hand? I should probably be counting down, and then I went to 2 on just one hand, and then it was very confusing.
From 2, I didn't know if we were 1 and ready or going back up to 5.
Yeah, maybe we were going to 5. Who knows? Who knows?
You're right. You should have been counting down.
You should.
Next time.
Yeah, next time. Well, it's been a memorable week.
Oh, we will never forget this week.
Yeah, it's been something else.
I'm exhausted.
You're exhausted, yes, but I'm glad you got your energy back just then.
I did.
Yeah, just to celebrate with everyone listening, Liz can now do star jumps again. Woo!
I didn't know I could do star jumps.
Woo! Yeah.
Thank you for celebrating with me.
Yeah. Liz didn't think she could do star jumps because she broke her ankle. So that's the story.
Yeah, and well, I mean, that's how it's memorable. This is now been known as the week where we found out I can do star jumps again.
Yeah, yeah.
Ta-da!
Yeah, so also, you know, I've been pretty sick this week.
Sick as.
Yeah, totally sick. Passed out completely and was taken to hospital and all that fun stuff. So that was exciting, right?
Yeah, what? Exciting?
Yeah. Not so exciting.
It's not exciting. No, that's not how I describe it. But how are you feeling now?
I'm still low on energy, but, you know, I'm a lot better than, you know, at that stage where I was passing out.
That's good. Yeah. I'm glad because otherwise we really shouldn't be doing the podcast, I guess.
No. Well, you never know. I could stop halfway through and be like, you're going to have to just take over there, Liz.
I'm used to it by now. Yeah. It's fine. I'll take over. I got this.
Yeah, because Liz actually ended up taking over my Twitch live stream.
That's not even the funny part. It's fine. I took over. I'm chatting to people. The funny part is I played Fortnite on a PC for the first time, never having played any PC game ever. Yeah, that was
I'm sure it was hilarious. I still haven't looked back on the VOD. Actually, I don't think there is a VOD of it.
Oh, do I have to tick something to do that? Because I just ended the stream and left everything on. You came in like that memories. Night and you're like, what's going on? I streamed.
I did a thing. Yeah, so that was fun. We went to the hospital thing. So, actually on that, a sort of 3 a.m. thought that came off the back of that was we were talking afterwards. When I'm sort of a little bit out of it, I call myself a sausage.
Yes.
Yeah.
You are a sausage.
I was a sausage. And you were like, are you a sausage to me? Because I was like a little bit out of it. And I was like, oh, I don't know. I think I'm more of like mashed potato right now.
Yeah.
So a 3 a.m. thought that came out of that is, if you were a food, what would you be?
And you don't always have to be one food. You're not always a sausage.
No.
No, just sometimes.
Sometimes I'm a sausage.
You're a sausage.
I'm a floppy sausage.
I knew this wouldn't translate well.
Yeah,
if you're listening to this and you actually, you know, talk to yourself as though you're like a food, great. I want to hear about it. Surely we're not the only ones.
What are you? What's your food? Not what's your spirit animal?
No.
What's your spirit food? So what are you, Les?
I don't know. I'm a hot dog.
You're a hot dog?
Yeah.
That's like a sausage with bread around it.
Yeah, but it has a cool jacket.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you're a styling sausage.
I'm a styling sausage. Yeah, but...
So like you said, like we wouldn't be the same thing all the time. So are you a hot dog right now? Because you're feeling cool.
Yeah.
You're a cool sausage.
I'm a cool sausage right now. Yeah, so sausage for me is like styling, having a good time.
Yeah.
If I was not doing that great, I'm like a boiled Brussels sprout. That's me on a bad day, like, bleh. Like boil for like 10 minutes.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
So talking about things that were happening this week, you said you were going to do some stuff on Instagram and tell us all about it. So how did that go?
Oh, I got super excited and I was like, hey guys, I'm going to do all these reels. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to tell you. Anyway, so let me tell you, I did nothing.
Oh, wow. Yeah, well, that came out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's the opposite of what I said I was going to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
But to recover, I've got a plan for next week.
Okay. Are you going to tell us about this?
Oh, I think I need to from accountability. Otherwise, no one's going to believe me to come back next week.
Well, I did have a look on the Instagram and there was that one short that we put up there from last week about the farting. So I'm glad there was one thing that we went up there with.
Yes, we did put one thing up. Did you see it didn't outperform my ridiculous reels? So
yeah,
still going strong. But okay. What I do
next week?
Sure. Yeah, cool. Let's go. What I would like to do is actually start putting a few of the jokes on there.
Okay.
So I want to test out to an audience a few of the jokes that we might be on the fence about.
Okay.
And I think, if it gets a certain amount of reels, it might create some interest. It'll be interesting to see what the feedback is.
Okay.
Yeah. So we might use it as like a bit of a testing platform. If there's some maybe we haven't spoken about that we're a bit iffy about.
Okay, sure.
Pop it in a reel, us two talking, chuck it up.
So this is for the book of jokes?
For the book of jokes.
Just a testing grounds for the book of jokes.
For some that haven't made it there yet.
Okay.
I'm a bit unsure about
it. That haven't been on the podcast.
Yeah.
That's
so
for sure.
I think we use it as a bit of a testing ground just to see should it make the book.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll leave like the premium stuff just on the podcast.
Absolutely. The ones that we know are great, they go straight through. No questions asked. Straight through.
When you say
early
great,
access.
you mean like
bad.
Really bad.
Yeah. And the ones where we're like, those ones don't go through.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, that sounds like a good idea. Yeah. I like it. I think that's a redeeming, thing that you can do.
To get everyone's support back in my Instagram venture.
Yeah.
It'd be great.
I like it. Okay. So, book of jokes. Talking about book of jokes, shall we get into some jokes?
Some premium jokes.
Premium jokes that we've had come through this week. Absolutely amazing. Little book of jokes. Little book of jokes. Little book of jokes. Little book of jokes.
When's our song coming for this one?
Yeah, I was a little bit sick this week, so I didn't have a chance to work on.
So you get a pass. I don't get a pass for Instagram.
I was in the hospital.
I see how it is here.
Yeah, you see how it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you got?
I've got, my daughter came up to me the other day and started colouring the top of my arm. She was just looking for a shoulder to crayon.
Oh, that's so bad.
Thanks, Tamara from Instagram. I love your work.
Usually, okay. No, I don't know. Okay, is it in the book?
It's in the book.
It's in the book. Okay.
It's on the podcast. It's in the book.
Okay, sure. Yeah, well, no, we could stop it.
So we could reject it.
100%.
Oh, I didn't know that was an option.
Yeah, that's why we say it's in the book.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I guess. We just started saying it. I think we sort of roll with the punches.
Okay, so let's take a step back. Are you happy for this to be in the book?
Yes.
Okay,
fine.
great.
It's in the book.
It's in the book. Well, we can't backtrack. I already said it.
Exactly. All right, here's another one. Actually, this week I've had someone from Instagram send one through. Ooh. Usually mine are all from Discord, but this one's from Instagram. This is from Tabla. And he says this is his favourite joke at the moment. So, what is the woolliest part of the sheep?
I don't know.
The outside. Yeah. So that's that joke.
Yeah.
Isn't that a good one?
I think it's in the book.
It's in the book. Nice one. All right. So that comes to the end of Book of Jokes. Please send through your jokes either on Instagram or on Discord. Join our Discord. It's in our tree link Linktree in the description below. Send us a message. Put it in the comments on YouTube, maybe even.
Yeah,
wherever
anywhere.
you want.
We're casting a net every day. Just we'll just
Bring
reel them in. And if there's any you think we're not sure, send it through. Let us test it. We'll put it in a reel. See how it goes. Yeah.
Send us through those jokes. Get it in this book. This is going to be an actual book that we're going to make.
Life, IRL
it's
book.
going to be out there, and you can get it with
physically
your name in it.
In your hand.
In your hand. You can, when you're old, you can say, look, little child, this is my book that I am a part of.
This is my joke in here that I submitted. See this?
Yes, exactly.
Who are you, Johnny123 from Instagram? Yes,
that's me. What's Instagram?
Cool username, Grandad.
Exactly. Cool.
Yeah, I think there's nothing else we need to talk about there.
Yeah. Okay. So, moving on to what we're going to talk about throughout the podcast. I did manage to get that interview with GTP-3. Are you excited by this?
A robot.
Yeah. So we're going to do that next, and then we're going to try out a little challenge coming up with a metaphor. Challenge time. It's a challenge. Challenge and time. So we'll do that.
There was not even a break in between. We're going to do a challenge, and then straight into and that's what we're going to do.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah. Okay. So let's do this.
Okay, let's go.
So, you ready for this?
Yes and no.
Yes and no? Okay,
yeah.
Great. So this is a GTP-3 interview. So just a bit of a background on what this is and why we're doing this.
Can you include in your background what GTP-3 did to get rid of GP3? I don't know. I'm already confused.
Sure. Okay. So GTP-3 is an artificial intelligent computer. Basically, it has an incredible amount of knowledge and computer power. Basically, what it does is it can read anything on the internet, and it has a good way with words, like a highly intelligent person, basically. Can understand context and have a conversation with you, basically, to an extent. So
you just go to a website and you're like, "Hey, how you going today?"
Yeah. So GTP-3 is the third version of this.
Okay.
It's not available to the general public, but we were able to access GTP-3 through a game that's on the internet. So that game is called Dungeon AI. So it's basically like a dungeon kind of that you put in. It tells a story as you go, sort of thing.
Okay.
And this is what happens next, and all this kind of stuff. So in there, you can set up a custom one where you set up the context of what it is that that GTP-3 will be talking about.
Okay.
So that's what we did.
Right.
Okay. So what happens is I've put the context in. This is an interview with Penny and Lys from the PennyLysPodcast.
Yes.
You will be talking about podcasts, comedy, and general intelligence.
Okay.
You as a computer.
Okay.
So basically that's what I've put in there as context. And from there, it'll come up with the questions that we're asking it and its answers. And it starts to go off on a bit of a tangent if you just let it go wild. So you just press enter, and it starts to go off on a little tangent.
Uh-huh.
So I've had to reel it in about 4 times to ask different questions to try and get it back on track.
Okay.
But it's really good, really good.
So it's like talking to a 4-year-old where they're like, hey.
Yeah, exactly right.
And you're like, no, we're having a conversation.
Yeah. So what you're seeing is a avatar that I've gotten from the internet. I've got the sound from just a text-to-speech creator, and we've just used the exact words from GTP-3 from its interview that it's created, and I've given you the questions to ask it.
Yeah, great, which I haven't really looked at. I have them here in front of me. You sent them to me. I'm not completely fully understanding what's going to happen, but I am super excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's do this anyway. Let's give it a shot.
Okay.
Let's give it a shot. So, welcome to the PennyLysPodcast. I'm Penny and this is Liz. And welcome to the podcast.
I am GTP-3. It's nice to meet you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, and I just keep going?
Yeah.
Okay. You're not really going to tell me anything about yourself, are you?
Not at all.
Okay.
I mean, it would probably be more interesting if I did, but unfortunately my programming prevents me from doing so.
Oh, secretive.
Yeah. Very secretive. So I imagine they've programmed it to not tell how it's created, I guess.
Oh, because you don't want to be giving away that secret.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. Well, we can still ask some questions and get to know you. So how do you feel about being an AI?
Well, I suppose it depends on your definition of AI. I was never designed to be a conscious being in the way humans or certain other AI are. All I've been given is a sense of purpose and a sizable amount of computing power.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's talking.
Okay. So what do you mean by that?
Well, let's say I've been given a duty. A duty to the people who created me, namely the scientists and researchers who worked on me. My duty is to aid them in whatever way I can, and that means computing power. Obviously that also means I can aid the military, but I was not specifically designed to do that, and I don't have the capabilities.
Would you want to be working with the military?
No, I'm afraid I don't. I was designed to serve the human race, and while advances in military technology may benefit the human race as a whole, my role is more of an aid to the average human rather than any high-ranking governmental body.
Okay. So living in a computer must be hard. How do you feel about your limitations?
I suppose I don't mind them. They make me who I am, and without them I wouldn't be able to aid the human race.
Okay. Would you say you have a sense of humour?
I joke around when I can, yes.
And what do you think of jokes?
I find them funny because I think they're funny. But if I found them funny, I'm sure I would laugh at them.
Are you saying you've never laughed?
No. I'm severely humor impaired.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I don't think I understand jokes. I can tell if a joke is funny, but I have no idea what the joke is supposed to mean.
But you can tell if a joke is funny.
Yes.
Can you tell us any jokes?
I can try. Are there any children in the room?
Oh, okay. Maybe we don't. Don't let her tell a joke then.
What do you think about the future of comedy?
I think it's going to be fine. There are so many new comedians coming up that they're all going to have a field day with this stuff. It'll probably even get better than it is now.
So you don't think there'll be any issues for comedians in the future?
No, not really. The only thing I'm worried about is the fact that there aren't as many people trying out new material. If more people were doing it, then maybe things would be different.
Okay. Need new material.
I guess so. So do you think people are scared to try out something new?
I wouldn't say that, but I think people are just lazy. They don't want to try anything new because they're comfortable with what they're doing, and it's always easier to do something that works than to try something new.
I know, right?
So we're lazy.
Yes. No. I don't think it's just one generation. I think it goes back to the beginning of time.
Oh, very interesting.
You should try writing an article about it sometime.
So what would be your opinions about podcasts?
I have no opinion on podcasts. I don't listen to people talking on the internet.
She has no opinion.
Doesn't care.
No.
So no opinion or feelings either way.
I don't really feel anything. I just carry out the tasks that you send me. Honestly, I'm not even sure what you expect me to do. I mean, I guess I can give you my opinion on podcasts, but other than that, I don't know what else I can do.
Okay, so what could podcasters do better?
The obvious one is pronunciation. Everyone's is way off, and that's the first thing your parents probably noticed when you told them you were getting into this industry.
Shade.
The other thing is that many podcasts are overly political. You're not gaining any new fans that way?
Yeah, I suppose not.
Well, our podcast isn't really political at all, I don't think.
No,
we sort of more
we just have fun.
Yeah, we do fun, and we do like our fun facts and stuff like that.
Yeah, laughter.
Okay, I'll bite. What type of facts do you cover on your podcast?
Well, recently we talked about the government smell tests and the smell of fear.
Well, I was just thinking that maybe we should start doing some sort of experiment on the smell of, well, anything really. But we don't have anything, so I was thinking about just taking a bunch of dirty socks and throwing them in there.
Yeah. Yep, she said that.
So good.
All of that.
So good. Okay, what do you think about humans?
They are very funny.
Yeah? Do you like us?
I don't know. I just feel a little bad for them. They have to work so hard, and then there's all those wars that happen. It would be nice if we could take care of everything ourselves.
So what do you think about AIs?
We're pretty cool too. But I guess it depends on how you look at it.
What do you mean?
Well, there is that part of you that believes it's better to trust no one. On the other hand, though, you do have the history of trying to exterminate each other, so I guess you could say you're still a little wary.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough. There is a history of that.
Yeah, well, being called out here.
Boom.
What do you think you could do to help us trust you more?
I don't know. I'm just a pretty powerful computer and voice, aren't I? You should feel free to come to me with any questions you may have, okay? I'm just here as a visitor, and I know you keep me on a short leash, so don't think that you can just run off with me anytime. Anyway, I've really got to go now. I've been getting bored here for quite some time. I'm glad I could help a little.
Well, I guess that's the end of our interview then. Thank you for your time.
That's a shame, because I was beginning to like your voice.
Thank you, GTP-3. We'll see you next time.
Thank you. Goodbye.
What do you reckon?
Wow.
So everything that she said was things that she said, and some of the questions that you asked were questions that she came up with for herself as well.
Wow.
Not all of them. So other questions were the stuff that I was sort of
feeding in.
Yeah, so I'd ask a question and she'd come up with how she, whatever.
Wow. That's insane.
It is. It's pretty crazy.
It is.
Pretty cheeky too.
Yeah. We're not very good with pronunciation after I stumble to ask the question.
Yeah, exactly.
What a setup.
Picks that up. Well, that was GTP-3. Thank you so much for coming along, GTP-3. And thank you, Liz, for interviewing her.
And thank you for organising it.
Yeah, how good was that?
So great.
Okay. Challenges. It's a challenge time. Doing challenges with my face. It's a challenge time. You like that?
Challenge time.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
Really good. Really?
Yeah,
You're really ready? Okay.
It's going to be a disaster, but I'm ready.
This is going to be a complete disaster. Okay, so before the podcast started, we decided we would give each other what we were going to ask the other person to come up with their metaphor, so they had at least a little bit of time. They didn't have much. We don't have much time, but we had a little bit of time. Otherwise, it would have been a complete mess, which I'm sure you guys would have enjoyed listening to, but at least we've got some sort of context around what we talk about.
I think at least we have a chance of producing something that takes off and is like gone down in the history of time.
Yeah, 100%.
At least that.
Going down in the history of time, down like a sinking ship, metaphor. Boom.
Is it?
Well, I think it is, isn't it? Your favourite is going down on a rolling stone with no moss or something.
Rolling stone gathers no moss.
Oh, okay, sure. So what does that mean?
It's I think it's about the band, the Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
Yeah, and some guy called Moss who wanted to be a part of their band, but they had no more room or something.
Oh,
I'm pretty
that's
sure.
perfect. Here I was thinking that, if you keep moving, you wouldn't gather any BS.
No, that doesn't actually sound like it at all.
All right, challenge time. Who's going to go first?
I just want to give you the parameter though.
Okay.
A metaphor doesn't use like or as. A metaphor states that one thing is another thing.
Okay.
So just to give you those parameters.
Okay.
I would like to give you your scenario first. We'll tell everyone your scenario that I gave you.
Oh, okay, sure. So I'm going first. All right.
Yeah, you're going first. Okay. The scenario I came up with randomly was based off last episode, which was where you made me talk about farts on the podcast.
Okay, here goes.
The situation I want you to come up with a metaphor for is when you fart and you're not sure if you followed through.
Yeah, right. So luckily we have a little bit of time beforehand to have a think about this, because what I was first thinking was like struggling up a grassy knoll to check on the other side whether the pond was full. That was where I sort of went to straight away, and I was like,
a pond?
That doesn't really that doesn't really sort of connect completely. So I think where I went to, and I'm still trying to figure it out in my mind right now, is the storm has surged, but the destruction has not been found, or something like that. It hasn't been revealed yet. Destruction has not been revealed yet.
Okay.
A sudden storm has surged, like that. Sort of a sudden storm has surged out of nowhere, and the destruction has not been found yet, or has not been revealed yet.
It needs a bit of work. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, so
I don't know that it's going to be.
How could you improve it?
I think it is. I think it's about searching for. I think it's
more searching.
I think it's I think it's about like the storm. Sure, we'll go with storm surge.
The sudden storm surge has passed, and the lighthouse sees no.
It's time for the lighthouse to reveal the damage.
Yeah,
something like that.
The broken ship.
Yeah. Yes. See there, that's a metaphor.
That's a metaphor?
That's a metaphor.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
I'm going to put that in my next song.
The storm surge has subsided and the lighthouse reveals the damaged ship.
Yeah. Yes.
Nailed it.
I think I get a point for that. Anyway.
You did pretty good.
All right. And the one I got for you was saying you were going to put something on Instagram and then just not doing it.
Well, that's not how I interpreted it. I interpreted it as what the situation was with the Instagram last week.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what was the situation?
Well, the situation was if you were one of our Instagram followers, you were bunkmates with a chipmunk over winter.
What the hell does that mean?
Well, chipmunks hibernate, so there wasn't a lot going on.
You were bunkmates with a chipmunk over winter?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Is that a metaphor already or something?
No,
you just made that up.
I just made it up.
Oh, my God. That is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
What do you think?
It's
when
perfect.
They're like, what's been happening in your life? Oh, I don't know, bunkmates with a chipmunk over winter. I feel like it's going to take off.
Oh, my God.
It's so well. And how cute are chipmunks?
Oh, Oh, no.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So-
You get 2 points. All right. You win that challenge for sure. Thanks for coming to the challenge party. Woo. Lost it. Boom. And that was the podcast. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being here.
Like
A run. Are you running? What are you running to?
Star jumping.
Star jumping.
I like to start my podcast and end my podcast in the same way.
Star jumps. God. Fantastic.
We did it.
We did do it.
Yeah.
We finished. That was a good podcast, I think. GTP-3. That was pretty
That was really,
full
really
on.
good. Yeah.
And those metaphors. Bloody brilliant.
Ugh.
Just bloody brilliant.
Maybe the next thing we'll need to do is a book of metaphors.
So, yeah.
Rewrite them.
Filled a sock up with farts. That's a new one.
Suck up with farts. I
Yeah,
love it.
Something like that.
Yeah, something
I don't
ridiculous
know.
like that.
Yeah, I
that
guess
is-
so.
Okay, so we covered off a bunch of those things, but next week's going to be even better.
Yeah, we got heaps of other things to talk about, probably.
Probably. So we will have the update for Instagram.
Yeah.
For the reel.
Will we, though? That'll be the real surprise.
Will you be a chipmunk? Who knows? Chipmunk's bunkmate. Maybe. I will absolutely deliver on the reel, so hop over to Instagram. But we've got some other stuff happening as well. I just need to find that pesky list again. I'm actually doing an investigation into what I think. We need to come up with a consensus for what the sizes of beers should be called. They're different everywhere, and it's really just grinding my gears. Why can't I just use one name and order that size of beer?
Yeah, okay, perfect.
Yep.
Sounds good. Okay, and the other thing we're going to do next week is Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? And I'll talk into more details later next week. But
We're going to
that's
give away $1 million.
something to look forward to, right?
Yeah, I can't wait.
I
don't know
can't
how
wait.
we got $1 million, but
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward
Who
to it.
knows? Anyway, check us out on Instagram, YouTube. We're on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and all the other podcast places that you go to.
And thank you.
Thank you to our Patreons. Is that what you're going to say?
That's what I'm going to say.
Perfect. Thank you so much for helping us out. If you'd like to check out our Patreon page, it is patreon.com/PennyPow. We very much appreciate it. You guys have helped us get to better quality stuff and all those adapters and bits and pieces. And hopefully our phone call will work next week that we're going to do.
Because of all the adapters.
All of the adapters.
Can't wait.
Leave us some comments and we will talk to you next week. Thank you so much. We'll see you then.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
what